Good morning, lynch mob. Sorry. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Earthlings. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. And that goes for everybody. Critics and people who agree with the things that I say. I'll put the caveat in at the beginning because this is for the benefit of people on... because I'm not allowed to say certain words, apparently. Several YouTubers contacted us last night after me doing the video about the update on the terms and conditions, and they haven't received any kind of an email updating that they're not allowed to share that they might be on other platforms. It apparently is just me and Graham that have received that information. That's interesting, isn't it? It may be because when I upload videos onto YouTube and there are restrictions placed on it, I then do a short video explaining I can't release my video, YouTube have put restrictions on it, I'm not going to release it until they remove the restrictions. In the meantime, you can go and watch the video on... So it's not me that's leaving YouTube. I'm not going anywhere, I'm staying on YouTube. It's YouTube that apparently don't like. Now, I don't understand that because YouTube themselves have an account on... and they have, I think, a couple of million followers. So, and also, if YouTuber creators or anyone on YouTube, a user on the platform has a problem, it's excellent to contact YouTube on, because they do actually respond and help with it. But I see lots of other people, they have PayPal links, or they say, I'm also on Instagram, I'm also on Facebook, you can follow me, blah, blah, blah. A lot of creators put the links in the description to all their other social media platforms, and that's never been a problem before. It only seems that ever since I've started doing the short videos, explaining that my video, I will not release my video, I will not release it because of the restrictions of free speech. And until they lift the restrictions, then that's when I would release the video. But in the meantime, that viewers can go and watch the video on... It's so childish I have to do that. Anyway, so a lot of people on the platform don't know me. They've never heard of me. They've never seen me before, which I'm not surprised about at all. I'm a nobody who may or may not be full of shit. So take everything I say with a pinch of salt, do your own research and make your own mind up about things. I'm very much an opinion piece type creator. I'm not stating facts. I'm reading stuff in various publications, not just the Daily Mail. I read them in all variety of publications, and then I make a video and give my opinion. Meghan Markle interests me from a PR point of view because she is continually pumping PR out. She wants to be famous. She is a qualified actress. She has starred in a moderately successful cable TV show called Suits. She's not a shrinking violet. She is a social butterfly, shall we say. She is, as an actress, looking for attention and to be out there and to have exposure. I am interested in her type of PR because it's just so awful. It seems to me either she's got the worst PR people in the world or she just doesn't listen to PR and she does her own thing. So that's one aspect of where I'm coming from. This is all for the benefit of some of her supporters on who actually, I find their comments are extremely mild to some of her fervent supporters here on YouTube. I mean, some of the comments on YouTube can be really harsh. I'm not talking about you, Ralph, or I'm not picking on you. And as you all know, I'm into free speech. That is another massive thing for me, that we are all allowed to exchange ideas. So this is for the benefit of her supporters. I haven't come across anyone who I would consider a sugar, because to me a sugar is more a paid or fanatical to the point of being absolutely putrid. These people are not like that, and they have posted, I don't know if they're called tweets anymore, or X's or kisses or something, on my account. So, which is Avid Gardener 8, by the way. I thought I would answer some of their questions because, I mean, it's like the same old regurgitation. But because they phrased them, you know, really rather nicely, firstly, I'm not blocking any of them. I will only block trolls, you know, genuine knockdown, putrid trolls and sugars on my area in order to keep a lot of you guys safe. And thank you very much, a lot of you who've signed up to even though you really didn't want to. And I don't want to encourage anybody to leave YouTube. Why not be on both, or just be on one? Do what you want to do. So let's work our way through a few of the things that I've seen, like questions, and some of them were statements by Meghan supporters. How would I like being slagged off continually? I do. That happens already. That's part and parcel of it. And as I've already just said, I welcome my critics as well as supporters. That's what free speech is all about. Once you start saying you're only allowed to say nice things, you're entering into dictatorial territory. By the way, and this will bore the tits off everybody who knows and already follows me, you know, living in a caravan, the smallest caravan you've ever seen in your life, being on the run from the Daily Mail, so I'm not a Daily Mail fan, and having my baby daughter ripped out of my arms and then being splashed all over the newspapers with literal pitchforks and torches after me on a proper witch hunt many years ago, Meghan supporters. Yeah, I know how that feels, and I was at threat of losing my liberty. Meghan, on the other hand, is a multimillionairess who married into the British family and has had nothing but everything served up to her on a plate. The worst she gets is a bit of criticism. How can you talk about someone you've never met or don't know? This is one of the most ridiculous things I ever hear. I'm guessing, right, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, that these people who post this don't like Donald Trump. I'm just, because it tends to go hand in glove. I could be wrong. Maybe they love Donald Trump and love Meghan Markle at the same time. Find it unlikely, but maybe. Have you ever met Donald Trump? Have you really ever got to know Donald Trump? But have you commented on him? Have you criticised him? Donald's just one example. I mean, perhaps Elon would be another. There are lots of public figures. And I bet that the person, actually there were two people who asked that, how can you talk about someone you've never met or don't know? I'll bet you've criticised quite a few people you've never met and that you don't know. Why do you hate Meghan? Why do I hate Meghan? I do not hate Meghan. I do not hate her. Hate is a very strong word. That is a common word that is thrown into the mix in accusations from Meghan supporters. Why do you hate her? Nobody hates her. I've never seen anyone in the comments on my YouTube channel that says, I hate Meghan Markle. I dare say there might be one or two people out there that genuinely hate her. I'm not one of them, and generally speaking, my community is not either. Criticising her or saying things like, oh, she didn't get chosen for the Senate seat, in what way is that hate? That is stating a fact. She is not on the Senate. Why are you obsessed with Meghan? Well, I'm not. I didn't know who the hell she was until Harry brought her into the mix. I am a monarchist. I'm interested in the British royal family, and whether I like it or not, she is a member of the British royal family. This is our 1,000-year-old history. We are subjects of our monarchy. We have every right to comment on anybody who comes into that family. Okay? Otherwise, I'd never have heard of her because I'd never heard of Suits. This one is a common one. You're so stupid you believe everything the racist British press says. You Brits are racist. Well, you're not going to win anybody over to loving Meghan with comments like that. Firstly, as I've already mentioned, me and the Daily Mail don't get on, me and the Daily Mirror don't get on, me and the Observer newspaper don't get on, me and the Guardian don't get on, me and the Times. Yeah, they did a kind of cool article, which I really appreciated. Me and the Telegraph, I've never had any relationship with them. Me and the Sun, never had any relationship with them. Which other ones were there? I mean, I don't. I was on the end of a media witch hunt, and therefore, round about 1995, I think I stopped believing everything that the press said and that they said on the news. That was when I was 25, 27 years old. I went on the run when I was 29 in 1999, and then I really started to see how propaganda works. I have also recently made videos in defence of Russell Brand and his right to innocence until proven guilty, and been totally against the media and spoken out about how I feel that the media is now being manipulated by public relations. So it's ridiculous to say that to somebody like me, or, again, an awful lot of the people who I consider friends, actually, on the internet, who are with me on YouTube or on... This one, I just love this one. They just walk straight into a bear trap on this next one. You need to get a life. Right? And they call me Karen as well. I'm actually quite proud to carry the title of Karen. I need to get a life, right? So I'll just introduce myself to those people on So they know, because the Meghan supporters and sugars on YouTube already know all of this. My name is Fiona. I identify myself. I work in Gibraltar at the Dolphin Safari. It's a boat. We take passengers out to look at the wild dolphins and other sea life if it pops up. We've got a 99% success rate, by the way, me and Graham. Graham is the captain and I'm crew, and I do admin and sales and the website as well, pretty much everything. We have an old dodgy 1970s boat, which we live on here in Spain, just across the border from Gibraltar. I don't know if a lot of these people know where Gibraltar is, which we're fixing up. We've owned it for, oh God, about 20 years or so. No, about 14 years. And we also have a house in Spain. So I'm fixing up the house, I'm fixing up the boat. I do lots of DIY and I do lots of DIY videos. I have a very busy life. I have 2 children who've now flown the nest. Isn't that a wonderful feeling? I don't know what people are talking about, empty nest. Well, I do miss them. But they are flying high and doing their own thing. So I have plenty of life. But then another one said, you shouldn't talk about Meghan. How dictatorial is that? You're just not allowed to talk about Meghan unless you're going to say something really nice. You are a grifter is another one. Or I saw comments like, this woman grifts all over YouTube. Yeah, it's called monetization. It's a business arrangement and lots of YouTube channels are monetized. And I talk about lots of subjects. Yes, I talk about Meghan a lot, but so fucking what? Pardon my French. Why don't you go to another corner of the internet where you're only going to hear nice things about Meghan? Okay, that might be challenging. You could form a little group somewhere, a safe space, a little echo chamber. I mean, this is one of the problems, isn't it, with celebrities? They surround themselves with yes men, and that's how they just lose touch with what the actual people think. That's one of the reasons that I make it my business to read all the comments. I struggle to read everything on, as I said, they multiply and then a conversation can sprout out of a conversation, and I'm not really familiar with X. Oh, and by the way, I'm not monetized on X. Do the maths, Meghan supporters. Do the maths. So I'm deliberately withholding videos that have restrictions of free speech on YouTube where I could earn money, and I'm choosing to upload them on X, where I don't earn a penny. That hardly sounds like someone who's in it for the buck, does it? Now, I want to assure any Meghan supporters on YouTube, or I don't block, I'm not going to suppress your free speech in any way, shape or form. That is a bad thing to do, because when you suppress your opponent's free speech, you automatically silence yourself. I think that's probably just about covered it, because I've got a few other videos coming up which I hope you'll enjoy, including an adaptation of the story Cinderella. I was inspired by Daniel Boland. Okay, I admit it. He did a video all about Cinderella and the new takes on it. Well, these ideas pop into my head and suddenly had this idea. So I might do that later on today, or I might do it tomorrow. In the meantime, oh, and the lovely Lakiva. Lakiva adores Meghan and Harry, and I love Lakiva. I don't like it so much when she puts naughty comments against Catherine, but I do love it when she puts a load of hearts and says, I love you, Meghan. I just love you. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. If only all Meghan's supporters were like that, she would be a ton more popular. Think about it. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Lynch mob! Put your pitchforks and torches away, and I look forward to hearing everything you have to say about everything.